Good afternoon, student. Yesterday we have discussed about the resource and classification of the resources. Today we are going to discuss about the resource planning. Why there is a need of resource planning. Most of the time question is asked in that form, that is why there is a need of resource planning. So resource planning is important in the country like India because resources are limited in number first, and we have to use the resources judiciously. Then only we can conserve the resources for the future generations. There is a enormous diversity of the available resources. Resources are not similar in every part of the country, so we have to conserve the resources. Third, that is the uneven distribution of the resources. That's why we have to resource plan. And the example of the Arunachal Pradesh, which has enormous abundant water, but there is a lack of infrastructures. Same as example of Rajasthan, having enormous potential of solar energy, but there is a scarcity of water. Same in the peninsular part, having a rich in metallic minerals, but the lack in the other minerals. So that's why these all factors make us to proper resource planning. So we have to there is use proper resource planning. We use the resources judiciously. So most of the time the question is that asked in that form, that is why there is a need of resource planning. Next, resource planning in India. Resource planning in India, in this that how the resource are planned in India. The first, that is identification and inventory of the resources across the region of the country. The first that factor that involved in this resource planning, identification and inventories of the resource. Second, involving the planning structures endowed with the appropriate technology, skill and institutions. Mean we have to extract or use these resources with appropriate technology. Third, that is match the resource development plan with the overall national plan. Mean we have to that is resource development plans, this is matched with the overall national plan. So these are the three factors that involve in this resource planning. Next is conservation of the resources. Conservation of the resources is important because resources are limited in numbers. We have to conserve for the coming generations, and resources exploited by from the earlier time due to the colonial this period. Resources are greatly exploited from India, so that's why there is a scarcity of many minerals in our country. So in the very past we have this very common saying by Mahatma Gandhi, that is, there is enough for everybody need but not for anybody greed. So this statement is also asking the question, that is why there is enough for everybody need but not for anybody greed. So explain this statement with support this statement with the suitable arguments. So in this you can explain about the Mahatma Gandhi said that main reason of the resource exploitation is the greed and selfish nature of individual, and second is exploitative nature of the modern technology. These are the two main reason of resource deflations. Second, that is he was against the mass production and wanted the production by masses. So he wanted that the production, mass production done by the one person, it is only benefited to only one individual or one community, one person. But if the production is done by the many people, this help to many people, benefited to many people, or this would also help to develop the whole society of the country. So these points you have to write in this answer, that there is enough for everybody need but not for anybody greed. So today I have given you 3 assignment. First, that is why there is a need for resource planning and in India. Second, what does resource planning involve? And third, that is there is enough for everybody need but not for anybody greed. Support this statement with a suitable argument. So you have to explain all these argument of Mahatma Gandhi and do this question. And this is all for today. Tomorrow we discuss with a new topic. Thank you and have a nice day.